All right, sports commentators, get your pencil ready, your packet out, and let's do our 1B notes, which are about finding the part. And real quick, fun fact about this next player we're going to talk about. His name's Fred VanVleet, or Freddie VanVleet, and he's actually from my hometown of Rockford. So I sort of know him. He went to one of the high schools in my town, and my dad has been following his career ever since he was in high school. So pretty cool that I know him. So let's get started with this. We got Fred VanVleet is a point guard for the Toronto Raptors. His 3-point field goal percentage is 36% for this year. If he took a total of 25 3-point field goal shots in last week's games, how many did he make based on his percentage? So we're going to come back to this whole proportion setup that we talked about in last video in 1A, and it's going to be our basis that we're going to keep using over and over and over again. So percent over 100, well, I see that I have a percent, which is 36, so I'm going to place that above the 100. And then the only thing I need to figure out is, do I know the part or do I know the whole? Well, because it says total of 25 3-point field goal shots, I know that's the whole. So I'm going to set my proportion up like this. Go ahead and do that yourself. 36 over 100 because that was the percent. And then 25 on the bottom because that's the whole, the total. Okay, and I'm going to use this proportion to help figure out this missing number here of how many did he actually make. And just to be clear, right, that part could mean a lot of different things. We could give a different percentage and try and find a different part, but because this percentage is based off of how many he has made, we know that that's what this part is that we're trying to find, is how many did he actually make. So I don't really see a top to bottom connection, but I do see an across connection. So I know that 100 divided by 4 gives me 25. And I suggest you write those arrows in and the divided by 4 to help you. So because I did that to get down to 25, I'm also going to do the same thing to the top and divide 36 by 4, which gives me 9. So we get 9 3-point field goal shots that he made, okay, out of 25 for that last week's game, okay? So it kind of makes sense, right? 36 isn't a huge percentage. It's decent, but it's not huge, so 9 shouldn't be too big compared to 25. So let's try another one. Feel free to go back and take a look if you need to rewind the video, but otherwise, let's go. All right, we got a different sport going on here. We got football. So we got Adam, and I don't know if I can say this correctly, but Vinatieri is the place kicker for the Indianapolis Colts. This year, he has taken 5 extra point attempts. So those were the attempts, okay? The percentage for extra points that he made is 80%. How many extra point attempts has he made? Okay, so let's piece apart or take this and break it down. So automatically I see a percent, so I'm going to stick that over my 100. Now I got to figure out again, do I know the part or do I know the whole? I'm sure a lot of you are figuring it out, that this 5 is the whole. That's how many he's taken. Those are the attempts. That doesn't mean necessarily I made all 5. Those were the attempts. So we're going to place it like this, setting up our proportion. 80 over 100 equals what? So how many did he actually make out of 5 that he attempted? Okay, so I'm going to look up or down or across, and across I notice that I'm dividing by 20 to go from 100 down to 5, and so I need to do the same to the top, which gets me 4. So he's made 4 out of those 5. Pretty good. Pretty good. We want to try and get 100%, but 80% is still really good. But 4 is what he's actually made. So now what I want you to do on this next one is pause the video, try this one on your own, set it up using the proportion, and you might have a little bit bigger numbers, but you can do this. You know how to do this. So pause the video, try it out, and then unpause to see what the answer is. Okay, I hope you took a time to pause the video. So I'm going to explain it and see if you got the same answer as me. So we know that there is 40% of the people that participated in the Olympic Winter Games were women out of that 100, so I put the percent over 100. They gave us the total number of athletes that participated was 3,000. And so to get from 100 to 3,000, I do times 30. And so I'm going to do the top times 30, and I can use that trick of covering up the zeros, so 3 times 4 is 12, but then I have 2 zeros, so I got to add 2 zeros in, so it's 1,200 or 1,200 women that participated in the Winter Olympics in 2014. Okay? So if you got this right, if you think you got it, move on, because I believe you got a quick check to go get, but otherwise, go back and take a closer look if you were a little unsure of how we got our answers. Okay? You got this.